Hi friends, and welcome to Ren's Cozy Corner. I'm Ren, and today I will be showing you what spring is like in my countryside neighborhood in Southern Norway. I started filming this video in mid-April when the white cherry blossoms were blooming. These are the most common type of cherry we have in Norway, and where I live they are everywhere. It's the kind that actually produces cherries, unlike the decorative pink variety. I think these blooms are so charming and pretty. As I said, I live in southern Norway, a little bit outside of the largest town in the area, Kristiansand. So I live alongside the river Otra in an area of largely farmland and scattered houses here and there along the road. So it's not really a neighborhood in the traditional sense, but it is quite pastoral and pretty here. Wood anemones have always been one of my favorite spring flowers. I used to pick them and weave them into flower crowns when I was little. They're poisonous though, so if you try this, make sure to wash your hands afterwards. Wild violets are such a rare sight, so I was really delighted to find these. It always makes me feel so happy when leaves sprout after a long winter. Seeing the world turn green again is one of the biggest reasons why spring is one of my favorite seasons, the other being autumn. I'm so happy and grateful to live here. I moved here a little over 2 years ago and I'm absolutely loving it here as I now live in a big old farmhouse with a garden and have lots of space. That's my house right there, the white one across the road on the left side. This little red building is part of our neighbor's farm. I pass it on my way down to the river whenever I go for a walk. Here we are by the river. It's getting nice and green. This little structure is a sort of rest stop for the people who like to fish in the river. I think you can fish salmon here. There's my house again from a different angle, up on the hill there. As an autistic person who is also suffering from several chronic conditions, it means so much to me to be able to live in a place that is this beautiful, and also have my own space even though I live with my boyfriend Alex. Now this is a little while later in late April, and we're in my front yard where my pink cherry blossom tree is just starting to bloom. One thing about me is that I absolutely need to smell every flower I come across. Even if I know from past experience that this flower has no scent, like just now. Even though this tree was just barely blooming, I needed to dress up in my pinkest outfit so that I could match the blossoms. The oak tree by our barn was also now sprouting its leaves. There are a lot of oak trees in Southern Norway, which is great, as it's my favorite kind of tree. A couple of days later, and the cherry blossom tree is in full bloom. We're now in the very beginning of May. Usually this tree doesn't bloom until mid-May, so spring came early this year. Here I am again in another pink outfit. Of course I did the same thing again and took a sniff of the flowers, even though I'd literally only days before ascertained that they, in fact, have no scent. Got my hair stuck. This tree is literally the prettiest thing in my garden and my favorite sight to behold every spring. Fast forward until mid-May, and the lilacs in front of my house were in full bloom and starting to wilt a little, so I needed to get some shots of them before they were gone. Unlike the cherry blossoms, the lilacs do have a wonderful scent that I find so nostalgic and comforting. So lovely. I've always adored lilacs ever since I was a child, and can't imagine having a garden without them. Welcome back! I hope you enjoyed our little ramble through the flowers of April and May in my neighborhood. It may have been a bit lackluster as a first video, but I wanted to get started. I was originally planning on posting a home tour as per popular choice on my Instagram, but then some changes had to be made to one of the rooms in my house, so everything got a bit delayed, but it's in the works. So that will be the next video I post, so stay tuned for that if you want to see how I live in this old house. As for why I decided to make a YouTube channel, I've been increasingly feeling that I want to document this time of my life. Living here and having the opportunity to live a sort of slow, quiet life for the first time in all of my years. For my entire life, I've been a high-masking, overachieving ball of stress. Then a couple of years ago, my brain and body just couldn't take it anymore and I crashed. Since then, I have been in a very deep autistic burnout, which brought my career to an early and abrupt end, and I've been unable to work or socialize much ever since. It's been very rough and still is. But I've always strived to see the positive side of things, and I'm now taking this as an opportunity to, calm down and see the joy and beauty in the little things, and to just savor a less stressful life as I try to recover. I've already been sort of documenting my journey through my Instagram, Fragmented Fairy, and I have a small number of lovely followers and mutuals there who have been along for the ride. More often than not, I'll post something that somebody finds relatable, and there's a connection there that makes us all feel a bit less alone. As I live quite a ways from the other people in my life and I don't have many real-life friends, I do get lonely sometimes, even though I have my Alex here with me. So posting on Instagram has helped stave off some of that loneliness. Sometimes, though, the Instagram format feels like it's insufficient for me to say all that I want to say. And I feel like maybe if I were to make more long-form content, I would be better able to show what my life is like. And maybe I could form even more connections and be relatable to more people. So I decided to start this channel. On this channel, I will post videos related to different aspects of my quiet life in the Norwegian countryside as an autistic, chronically ill, girly pop, cozy game enthusiast. So expect to see nature walks, home decorating, gardening and crafting, but also videos on how I navigate life as a high-masking autistic woman in Norway, how I accommodate for sensory challenges, etc., but also trying out and playing cozy video games. Also, I just wanted to say that the stuff I intend to post here will be quite varied, and the videos will show kind of different aspects of my life, so it will be quite personal. I don't intend to stick to just one theme, and I don't intend to commit to posting regularly. So I suppose I won't get a lot of views on my videos or followers to my channel, and I'm okay with that. It's much more important to me to be authentic to myself, to who I am, and to make videos that I myself will want to watch, later on to remember this era of my life. If you made it this far to the end of the video, then thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching my first ever video on Ren's Cozy Corner, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to see what more I get up to. Until next time, bye bye!